Torah Life Ministries come out of the world. Messiah people seek the truth.
Hello everybody, it's Paul Neeson with Torah Life Ministries, and we are reading this coming week's Torah portion, and it's actually Numbers 13:1 to 15:41. As we saw last week, we saw the children in the desert, and they started to oppose Moses, so they kept opposing Moses, and they suffered the consequences for their disobedience and also their opposing of Moses. Well, this week we see in Numbers 13 that our Creator said to Moses to send men on his behalf to the land of Canaan, which they were giving the people of Israel, to the promised land, to kind of scope it out and see what was going on. And he named who the people were to send. And he sent those people from each tribe. Now, here was the separation of the set apart and the ones that created an issue for the people and suffered from their consequences. It says in Numbers 13:17, Moses sent them to the land of Canaan and instructed them, go on up to Negev, into the hills, and see what the land is like. Notice the people living there, whether they are strong or weak, few or many, and what kind of country they live in, whether it is good or bad, and what cities they have lived in, open or fortified. And see what the land is fertile and unproductive, and whether the wood is or in it or not. Finally, be bold enough to bring back some fruit of the land. So they went to go scope out the land, and for 40 days they were doing so, and they did come back with clusters of grapes, pomegranate, and figs. So they definitely knew the land was fertile, and they brought some of that back. They were bold enough to do that, but we look at what happened. We see Caleb. This is Numbers 13:30. It says, Caleb silenced the people around Moses and said, we ought to go up immediately and take possession of it. There is no question we can conquer it. So that was the report of Caleb. It says, but the men who had gone with him says, we can't attack the people because they are stronger than we are. And they spread a negative report about the land. And they set this really bad view of the land in the people's eyes. So again, the people start to complain. The people start to say, all the Israelites cried out in dismay, and they wept all night long because they were told falsely that this land has these giants in the land, and there's no way we can conquer it. And only Caleb was the one that said, we could surely take it because he had faith in our wonderful Creator. So it goes on to say in Numbers 14, it says, at this all the people of Israel cried out in dismay and wept all night long. Moreover, all the people of Israel began grumbling against Moses and Aaron, saying, why didn't you just let us die out here in the desert? Why did you bring us out here? But it wasn't Moses and Aaron that brought them out. It was our wonderful Creator. They were just the messengers. So it says, Moses and Aaron fell on their face before the entire assembly community of the people of Israel, and Joshua the son of Nun and Caleb the son of Jephunneh from the detachment that had went to the land, tore their clothes and said to the whole community of Israel, the land we passed through in order to spy out is outstandingly good land. If our wonderful Creator is pleased with us, then he will bring us into the land and give it to us, a land flowing with milk and honey. Just don't rebel against him. Just don't rebel against him. Probably most of the important words of all of Scripture. Do not rebel against our Creator or his messengers. Don't be afraid of the people living in the land. We will eat them up. Their defense has been taken away from them, and our Creator is with us. Don't be afraid of them. That is the information for all of you out there. You're either with him or against him. He is with those who have faith and believe him. It goes on to say, unfortunately, in Numbers 14:10, but just as the whole community was saying that they should be stoned to death, the glory of our wonderful Creator appeared in the tenth of the meeting to all the people of Israel. And he said to Moses, how much longer are these people going to treat me with contempt? How much longer will they not trust me, especially considering all the signs I have performed among them? I am going to strike them with sickness, destroy them, and make from you a nation greater and stronger than they are. Here it is. There, it's right there. If you're disobedient, you have a lack of faith, and you rebel against the wonderful Creator, you will be stricken with sickness and disease. If you are faithful, he will make you a strong nation, or at least part of the strong nation. I mean, it's right there. The fact that people don't know this, they're not reading their scriptures. You might be thinking, well, not me. I don't rebel against my Creator. Well, if you're not following instructions or teaching others to do against it, guess what? Yes, you are. And that's what's happening today in the common church out there today. They were laid out clearly, the instructions of what the children needed to follow. And it goes in, it says in Numbers 15:13, it says, every citizen is to do the things in the way I presented, an offering made of fire and a fragrant for our wonderful Creator. If a foreigner stays with you, or whoever may be with you, through all your generations. He didn't just say for now or for this time or sometimes. Throughout all your generations, it goes on to say, and he wants to bring an offering made by fire as a fragrant for our Creator. He is to do it the same as you. It goes on to say later, the same Torah and standard of judgment will apply for both you and the foreigner living with you. We are believers, we are living with believers, and we are told throughout all generations to keep his guidelines and instructions. People have to start understanding the law of man and the Torah of our Creator are two different things. We got the law, the traditions of man versus the guidelines and instructions of our Creator. Who do you want to follow? That's the problem we have. And then we are finally told, if we diligently keep his instructions, it says, I am your Creator who brought you out of the land of Egypt in order to be your Creator, and I am your Creator. That is it. That's final. Listen to me. Don't rebel me, and you will be blessed abundantly. Everybody, if you want to be blessed abundantly, read the Torah, read the Bible, and understand the words of Messiah, and he will bless you. But if you continue to disobey and rebel, you will end up, just like it says here, like one of the carcasses that were left in the desert that the wild animals came and chewed up. So you have a choice. That's the great thing. And I pray you make the right choice. Everybody, until then, this is Paul Neeson. Have a great Shabbat next week. www.healthwatchman.com, healthwatchman.com for all my videos. Shalom, shalom.
Life ministries come out of the world. Messiah people seek the truth.